Hello, Glee fans. This is Shamus Kelley, here with your Opinionated Glee review of Season 2, Episode 21, Funeral. This episode. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Alright, this was a terrible episode. Why, you may ask? Well, it's inconsequential. Was it sad that Sue's sister died? Yes. Good Lord, it was sad. They'll forget about it. By next season, she'll be evil again. She'll be getting Mr. Shoe and all them. So it doesn't really matter. And the whole plot with, Jesse going up to people and being like, you're terrible, we're going to try out for solos. It became inconsequential by the end of the episode because Mr. Shoe was like, oh, we're just going to do group songs anyway. There was no point to this episode. A few plot points, very small, Finn and Quinn sort of kind of breaking up a little bit. Yeah, there. Finn realizing he still likes Rachel. Yeah, wow. This episode, my God, I just watched it, and now I don't know if this was the intention of the writers. I'm not going to talk for them, but it feels like they were like, God, we only have one episode in New York. Man, we have to do something to just sort of kill time until we can get there. So what do? They give us this episode. Was it sad? Yeah, and also for Sue, for someone who is so evil, quote unquote, now we are expected to care about her. Which is fine. You can do that with a villainous character, but not when it's so out of left field, especially when Sue had been so ridiculous these last few episodes, as I had commented before. It's ridiculous. It was sad, yes, but I also questioned myself, why am I supposed to care? Why? We haven't even seen her sister in such a long time. I'd almost forgotten that she existed. They could have done something in an earlier episode to remind us to care about this. Look, I've never, lost a loved one that close to me, so maybe I just can't empathize with this episode. Maybe this was a real tearjerker for some people. Maybe it was, and, it wasn't terrible. The songs, that's another thing about this episode. The songs were actually better than the actual content of the episode, which is different for me, because usually the songs are kind of ancillary to the plot. I actually watch Glee for the plot, which is kind of weird, because most people say, oh, I just watch it for the music. The songs were good, if rather pointless, except for the Willy Wonka song, which was nice. But the songs were good. Kurt singing, Mercedes, Santana, great, awesome. But they didn't have any bearing on the plot at all. Nothing. Usually the songs, at least tacitly, have something to do with the plot. This barely had anything to do with the plot. This is probably one of the most just weak episodes of Glee I've seen in quite a while. Probably more so than even the complaints I had for the last couple episodes, because at least with the original songs episode, at least they just threw everything at you. And I said I didn't like that, but at least there was a lot to go with. Here they just look like they were just killing time. At least with that episode I just mentioned, they were doing so much they couldn't fit it in one episode. It seemed like we were on this fast track to the final couple episodes, and this was just one big stop. And now they have to pick up that. They have to do everything in the next episode. In one episode in New York, if that's not rushed, that'll be a miracle. So, what do I give this episode? This gets a D. This was not a good episode. I just didn't feel for it. Look, maybe you all felt differently. If there was something I missed about this episode, I don't know. Tell me in the comments down here, wherever you are, and just let me know what you think. I'd really like. Please defend this episode. Tell me why it was good. I just can't find any love for this episode. So that's all for this week. Hopefully next week I'll give you something better. For now, see you later.